My name is Siobhan. Thank you for tuning into my channel. To accompany this message, I plan on doing a Facebook Live. So my Facebook name is Siobhan Hill. You are welcome to friend me there or check out the message as it will be posted publicly. There's been a lot coming up in the energies these past 2 weeks. So I want to do the reading and then give a message. But I do want to say I did a Facebook Live maybe about 2 or 3 days ago, and I was actually outside giving a message, which if you've been watching the skies, the energy in the skies and even the downloads we're getting, the light codes that are coming in, have been intensifying in frequency and intensity. The Schumann resonance is raising. Any and everything you can imagine that we have not healed, cleared, or dealt with has been coming up. And even if you've done a lot of personal healing, what I'm feeling is a lot of interrelational situations and subjects have been coming up, especially anything that has collectively or traditionally caused separation between the males and the females, caused trauma between the males and the females. And even this reading I'm doing today, this is like the first time I've even done this type. This was more of a integration of the masculine and feminine type of reading. Like I do twin flame readings, divine union readings, where you can read the energies between the masculines and the feminines, and the twin flames, collective and individual. And this one is more of a masculine, feminine energy with some messages in the middle that should be. So I want to give you an idea. I'm going to show you. So basically, like with this here, like if you can see, this one on the left side is of the masculine energy, and it's more of an upside down triangle symbolizing the masculine manifested earthly down to earth energy, while on the right side this triangle is facing upwards for that unmanifested closer to heaven and source type of energy, which the cards in the middle are more of a square to bring about balance. Just basically what I was being guided, like to do this reading this way, because we're wanting to help integrate and balance the energies. Balance is so important. Even the dragon, I was going to read it for the live message, and well, I'll go ahead and read it now, because this is the dragon that came forth yesterday, actually, for me. But I wanted to do a reading for the collective. So I did a small reading for myself yesterday just to help bring some balance and understanding for myself and my own individual twin flame relationship. So the dragon that came forth for me that I feel is very much in alignment with the collective, instrumental in helping us to balance these energies, is actually the earth and air dragon. I will share this again on the live that I do tonight. So the earth and air dragon. Earth and air represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth, the feminine and the masculine. Stay balanced, ground your visions, manifest your hopes and dreams. Fourth dimensional brown and blue earth and air dragons breathe life force, hope, and vitality into our hopes and dreams. While enabling us to ground them, they bring us into balance and harmony so that our visions can manifest in physical reality. To do this, we first picture our castle in the air and then grounded. These glorious dragons help us with this process. This card indicates it is the time to clarify your hopes and intentions. Beautiful energy as the new moon is tomorrow. Ask the brown and blue earth and air dragons to illuminate your visions, then ask them to help you take all the action necessary to bring those visions into physical reality. This will re-energize your life. These dragons also offer you assistance in rising above your challenges, while remaining grounded in the beautiful vibration of earth. They enable you to find the perfect balance so that your life can truly flow with grace and ease. So call on them now and ask them to help you understand the purpose of your life's lessons and see the highest good in all people and situations. As you see the lessons presented to you on your ascension pathway from a new perspective, your life will be filled with joy and purpose. Let the earth and air dragons breathe their life force into each of your 12 chakras and bring your into balance and bring yours maybe and bring your chakras into balance and harmony. Relax as they do this, and you will have a new sense of calm and equilibrium as you walk your divine path. So balance and integration is really, really strongly coming forward. Releasing any trauma, hurt, pain that has caused division. Understanding that trauma is a tool used by the Dark Ones to separate the masculine and feminine. I know I don't speak much. Well, I do. I have an ascension group and a twin flame group. So I've talked largely about twin flames. But generally speaking, I don't spend that much time speaking about the masculine or the twin flames because I understand that it is so important to do your healing. If you are not developing your relationship with your higher self and your oversoul, it is going to be almost impossible to maintain a twin flame relationship. And that's why I focus so much on healing, because as you heal, you will be guided to these divine unions, soulmates, and twin flames. But you have to have that relationship with your higher self and your oversoul. If I did not develop my relationship with my oversoul first, my twin flame relationship would not have lasted very long at all. It would not have lasted very long at all. And even at times, even now, even though at this point we know we're not, going to break up, we just need to work through whatever is going on, whatever's coming up. That's just I don't watch the news much, but for some reason it keeps finding its way on in my house. And there's so much coming up in the news about abuse still. And even lately, it's been a lot about grown men, harassing children or molesting them, or even in public, just groping them. It's and the reason why I choose not to watch, because I already know, I am already aware. I've watched enough news in my 36 years of living to be aware that there is definitely imbalance, trauma, and chaos that's being healed. So I just focus on healing. I don't really need to know. I already know. It's bad, it's not good, but we're healing it. So I focus on the healing. And even when I see these things, I send so much love and light. That is the only way to really even stay sane and feel like even staying here and doing your mission. Understanding that there is a better path, and that path is healing, because when you heal yourself, you add to the collective. Sometimes I really don't understand. Once you understand, once you have knowledge that there are free roaming entities and spirits and dark ones and possession and all these things, and they are in our vessels, in our bodies. Once you know that, how do you not heal to get these removed from your body? I don't know, but we have free will, so you have free will. But personally, there's a difference between not being aware. But once you're aware, that's something you should really work on, because otherwise it's just going to continue to drive you somewhere you don't want to go. And a lot of people, with the energy rising the way that it is, as fast as it is, the earth is, Mother Gaia, the universe, the multiverse, your higher self and oversouls are they won't force you, but they will nicely nudge you till you make the decision, I don't want to live like this anymore. And so I would just encourage you to start making those plans, making those changes, making an effort. And if you are interested in a divine union, in a twin flame relationship, understand that healing is a priority. If you don't have the time to invest in healing, then you don't have the time to invest in a divine union. So they're not like we come here to do work. This is work. It can be fun, but you're going to do your work first. So, all right, let's get on with the message. Thank you. Thank you. So, some of the the overall energy for this reading is guidance. We got a 3 of rainbows. Tuning in, turning within, seeking your guidance, seeking your higher self, your angelic self. Look at those wings. And letting that be your guide, because that was the agreement we made. We knew where we were coming. We knew that on the earth you will not remember. You must turn within. You must reestablish that connection, because the way the earth has gotten out of balance, the way that the dark ones took control, maintained control, used trauma is to disconnect you from your higher self and oversoul. It is to disconnect you from spirit. So it is vitally important. It's not even really an option if you want to ascend. It's not even an option if you want to experience the higher potential of yourself. It's absolutely necessary to reestablish and develop and clear your connection with your higher self, your oversoul, and your spirit guides and ascended ancestors. And 5 of fire for totality, total trust. Total trust. You go out there and you're halfway doing it, it's not going to work. Total trust, knowing your higher self has your best interest. Your higher self, your oversoul, your spirit guides have your best interest at heart. And they will guide you to the proper healings, to the proper teachers, to the proper teachings, to the proper information. A lot of it they desire to give to you directly. However, they can also point you in the right direction on who to listen to. Even certain messages, there are certain messages where they are very, very high vibrational. But even some of the very highest vibrational messages I've come across still are 90 to 95% accurate, or explained, or channeled appropriately, or I check them and I get 90 to 95%. If it's above 90, I'll listen. If it's not, I probably won't listen. But I check, because you don't want to feed your mind messages that are not accurate or out of alignment. And why, when you could just ask source? That's how I feel about it. So not to say that just because I don't listen, it's not accurate or it's wrong, but the ones that I'm guided to, I do. Or if people share them with me, I will check them before I watch or listen to them. And understand that if you are not connecting with your higher self or oversoul, if you are not clearing your mind, gaining control of your ego, removing entities, you are in chaos and confusion, and it is torment. You want to gain control, heal, and balance your mind. Gain control of your ego, remove those entities, establish and experience balance and bliss, and raise your consciousness. Beautiful. One with the universe. Ace of Clouds consciousness. All right, beautiful underlying or overall message. Let's see what the message is for the energy of our divine masculines. Oh, and the first card I have is the Lover's card. So regardless of what they have been taught, especially incarnating here, social conditioning, men do desire and seek love. They do. One of the beliefs I had to clear from when I was a child, and I know this belief, some beliefs that were like out of alignment or even detrimental, it's like I have a clear indication of when I picked it up and what traumatic event brought forward that belief. But as a child, maybe about fifth or sixth grade, I like developed this belief, after watching my mother and my father for so long. I developed the belief that men did not want to love, did not know how to love, were not seeking love, not interested in love, but they actually are. It is through social conditioning where they are strategically taught to be separated from their hearts, not to connect to their heart, and not to experience love. And a lot of them are just fearful. Fear is the opposite of love, plain and simple. So when they're out, degrading, dehumanizing, belittling, objectifying, all these things are like protection techniques to guard their heart, to, a lot of them put their hearts, and this is the males and the females. I've taken lots of hearts out of little cages and boxes and dark, shadowy places and all kind of stuff. So men are seeking love. They really don't know how or what it's supposed to feel like. And even a lot of us feminine don't until we connect with our higher selves and our oversouls, until you turn within. Until I turned within, I really didn't know what love was supposed to feel like or what it was supposed to look like. Even if I said it, I was just going off of what I was looking at, or social conditioning basically, and just trying to figure things out. As I've said in other channelings, or other messages and videos, things like that nature. I really haven't been here that many times on the earth, so I kind of was just always looking at other people. I observed a lot to see how you're supposed to act or behave, and it often didn't make sense to me. And I'm like, I don't even understand why people act that way or do the things that they do. So yes, that's the first card. Men, especially our divine masculines, but even men period, they have a heart. They've just been strategically taught to be disconnected. That's what the man box is. When they put themselves in that box, they don't have feelings and emotions. They don't experience them. They don't cry. They're supposed to be manly and tough. And to be manly and tough is not to have feelings and not to care about other people, and definitely not to care about a woman. So, and they're feeling guilty about it. They're feeling guilty. They don't understand because from societal standards, they're doing the manly thing that they were taught to do, or that their ancestors did, that their fathers and their grandfathers did. But they still feel guilt about it because they don't understand why it feels so bad, why they are scared to love, why they don't know how to love, why they don't know how to express themselves, why they don't know how to get what they want and treat people fairly, whatever it is that they're feeling guilty about, or how they've even treated women in the past based on how they were taught in the social conditioning, and realizing it's not right. Some of these systems a lot of men are waking up to and realizing that they don't care for. Well, they operated in these systems for a long time before they realized they did not want to, or that it was tearing apart the communities and societies. When you treat your own women bad, especially in a relationship, when you're treating your own woman bad, it's really a reflection of how you feel about yourself. And so we do want to help them move past this and heal this, and to understand where these systems came from, and to help them to embrace their hearts and do their healing. They need to heal too. We all do. So the next card is the Seven of Stress card, the Seven of Fire card. So, looks like they are juggling a lot of belief systems, a lot of old ways, new ways, trying to balance themselves, feeling imbalanced. He's got 3 feet and a monkey, and the monkey's trying to pop his balloon. I don't think the status quo, social constructs, control systems. They're not being very nice to our masculines right now because they really don't want our masculines waking up. It's bad enough that the feminine are waking up. And it's like, are the feminine really gonna succeed at waking up their masculines? There was even, I don't know. I was going to save my dreams because this is a long reading. I was going to save my dreams for the live. I think I will, but just a hint. I was going to share, there's like 2 dreams I was going to share about the energy moving into the new earth and the continued attempt to maintain the separation between the masculine and the feminine. So let's see how the feminine is feeling. What's her energy looking like overall? So we've got the change card. Look at that. The change card, necessary change, further integrations. Look at that wind, look at that light, those light codes coming in, and you even see lightning and all different types of symbols here. Further integrations, upgrades of all types. And it's just being whooshed in, and it's so fast, and it's bringing about further integration and balance and stability within the feminine. But the feminine also has to balance her own masculine energy. And this is very important to help the masculines to start balancing theirs. A lot of the masculines, honestly, are still in like the denial part where they don't understand that they even have feminine energy. And this is one key indicator to detect if a masculine is still out of balance with his masculine and feminine energy. Many of us are aware and understand and accept that we incarnate multiple times. If, as a masculine, you can ask yourself, or even if you ask your masculine, how would you feel if you found out, Source told you that you incarnated as a female before? If they have a hard time accepting that they would have ever been a female, they still have not integrated their feminine energy. Because if they still feel that being a woman is a step down or a degradation or degrading, then they have not healed the way that they feel or the way they've been taught to feel about the feminine energy. That is one clear indication that a masculine is out of balance. If he cannot accept, or it's disgusting to him or repulsive or degrading to think that he would have ever been a female, that's a clear indication that he has not healed his feminine aspect. Many of us really, like the females, don't typically, at least under this social conditioning, we don't typically frown or think it's disgusting or horrible to incarnate as a man. But that has to do with social conditioning mostly, just being here in a patriarchy. So the 5 of water, clinging to the past. And clinging to the past can also bring about that guilt that was coming up for the masculine. So maybe we're helping to clear that and let go of that. Clinging to the past can often make it hard to move forward, being in fear or trying to keep things the way that they were. But being fearful of change, and life is all about change, which is interesting that we would get the change card and then a clinging to the past card. And maybe that's indicating that we need to be more open to change and to stop clinging to the past. Stop expecting things to be the way that they were. One of the things that's come up for me and with others is even with these upgrades, even with the energy coming in, the changes coming in, for one, it's not going to be exactly the same for each and every one of us. So yes, we can assist each other. There's some guidelines, but this is some new stuff that even our oversouls don't really fully know what to expect. They don't know what to expect. They're like, well, let's just kind of see what happens. But one thing that they have cautioned is to not assume when you're going through or is feeling a sensation, not to automatically assume that something's wrong or that you're sick, or because you've never felt it before. Because you're going to feel and experience things you've never felt before. And I've heard people talk about some different things that, and even some of their things that their changes they're going through. I'm like, ooh, that's a interesting one. And I've heard people mention like long fibers, and I kept wondering, what is that? So it was funny because today I had noticed, like, I guess you could call them fibers, but they're like really long strands of like gold blonde, but they don't really look like hair. Like I have some, like I've removed a couple like around my eyebrows every once in a while, and I have one today. But it's like, it's not like an eyebrow hair. And it's like, what in the world is this? But it's almost like when I went to remove it today, they're kind of like giggling, like, that's what we're talking about. That's just new things that are happening. And I'm just like, okay, well, I already removed it, so I hope I didn't need that. But, you just got to laugh at things because we don't know. We don't know. We can provide as much guidance as we can and assist each other. But this is like really like a new time of change where we're like, let's see what's going to happen. So just go with the flow. And, when things are coming up to be purged, cleared, looked at, integrated, get out and ground if you can, relax if you can, meditate when you can, go to sleep when you can, do what you can to relax yourself and find that place of balance, that place of peace and forgiveness, and love yourself. Love yourself. It is not wise to always seek love outside of yourself, at least until you understand what love feels like from within. Because once you have it from within, oh my God, my hands are like, I feel the energy flowing. But once you have it from within, you have it. So, and give space. Like, even if you're in a divine relationship, give space. Because that other person, a lot of them have no clue what's going on. And, they might not even be able to hear from their higher self or oversoul. And you'd be like, I laugh sometimes at the messages I get about mine. Because they're like, he is like totally not listening at all. So, just be patient. You see past the illusion. Our 3D selves here, it's not our true selves. It's not our higher aspects. I've said multiple times, we're here, 40, 50, 60 years, 80 years maybe. Then we go back to where we came from. Or we ascend back up, up the scale. Or especially if you're Earth origin, your job is to ascend. So basically focus on your healing so that you can ascend to a higher level, a highly evolved being, and start experiencing Mother Gaia, Earth, life, creation as it was meant to be, not as it is currently being experienced. This is not how it was meant to be. And it's okay that other things have happened, but we have to also let go of what has happened so that we can raise the energy to experience something different. They love to remind us what's happened. They love to keep trying to do, false flags, killing people. Like, they're really killing people, whether or not they're killed the way they said or not. They are really killing people. And so the more we raise the vibration, they gotta go. They gotta go, and they know it. So, all right. The final card, look at that. The King of Rainbows for abundance. So, like I said, change is here. Change is here. The faster we can let go of what has happened to us, the faster we can move forward in our healing, the faster we can experience creation in abundance as the creators that we are. And that's all of us, whether you are angelic, star seed, star being, highly evolved being from another universe, from this earth origin. We're all energy. So we're all helping each other to remember who we are and experience the higher aspects of ourselves. So we have to let go of the trauma that has happened, because the trauma is what keeps this matrix and this experience in action, in our vibration, to be recreated over and over and over again. And that over and over again cycle has been broken. Now, some people will continue to experience those old cycles as an individual, but as a collective, that is not what's going to happen. So if you want to be a part of the ascending collective, then it is up to you to do your healing and and to master your own thoughts. You have to master your thoughts if you're going to ascend. If you're going to keep playing those old trauma scenarios in your mind and thinking about and hashing out what the dark ones have done and what they are doing, instead of focusing on us moving forward, then you might stay here a little bit longer with them. And I'm not trying to stay with them. So let's move forward, change, love, and healing, and rebalancing the masculine and feminine energy is so important. So some of the messages or the cards, what's going to bring about this balance? How can we bring about this balance? So for the masculine, I got the 15 master. Master your heart. Master your heart. The masculine energy, a lot of people, a lot of men are so caught up in knowledge and intellect, and they just keep that heart boxed and put away, and not understanding that integrating the heart is integrating and mastering your true wisdom, connecting to source. The only way to connect to source is going to be through your heart. You have to let your heart out. You have to pump energy, blood, life force into your heart. Don't be afraid of your heart. There's so many people, oh, I'm afraid to love because look at that situation I ended up in. Look at that person I married. Look at that person. Look at how they treated me. Well, can you honestly say you were receiving guidance from source when you was dating that person? You cannot honestly say you was listening to source and stayed with someone that abused you. You cannot honestly say that. So to even be fearful that connecting with source is going to get you in a bad relationship is unrealistic. You get in bad, traumatic relationships or relationships with actual handlers. If you don't know what a handler is, there's an aura session I did that explained what handlers are. But you get into those type of relationships, you maintain those type of relationships when you're not hearing from your higher self. There's no other way to say it. You experience betrayal when you're not listening to your higher self and your oversoul and your spirit guides. You might, when you think about it, a lot of times you're like, oh, I did hear something. I did have this feeling. They told me not to talk to this person, but you did it anyway. So you cannot be mad because source is always trying to guide you. It's about whether or not you can hear. And it's not about being upset at yourself because you did not listen or you did not take the advice. Start, because it's all about perspective. Appreciate. You know what? They did try to warn me. And if they tried to warn you and you're aware that they did, then appreciate and understand that they've always been with you. And you can develop that relationship. But it's all about perspective. It's not about beating yourself up because you didn't listen. It is about accepting and understanding they've always been with me. I was not listening, but I have the opportunity to listen and to develop and strengthen this very necessary relationship. And that is why I am here, because when I develop and strengthen my relationship with my higher self and my oversoul, I demonstrate to others, whether I directly help them or just energetically put it in the atmosphere for the collective. It is benefiting more than you can imagine. And for the feminine, control. This is interesting. So, what I want to say, and I'm going to go with what first came to me about this card. This card is going to be maintaining or developing control, mastering your thoughts. Because that's what the feminine is about. Mastering your thoughts. It's not about really being controlling per se, but gaining control over your thoughts and creation, manifesting. And plus it's like all types of golden light there. But And she still has a heart in the center of her chest here. So still receiving guidance by the heart, but balancing the masculine and feminine aspects. Because the masculine is more about manifesting, creation, creating with the thoughts. Because that's what the ego is really a tool of manifestation. The ego was not a tool to manage you or control you. The ego is actually a tool to focus your thoughts and create. So once you gain control over your ego, you create with heart guidance. So the men are you're needing to master your heart, while the feminine, many of us, especially we've been healing, we've already started mastering our hearts, healing our hearts, taking our hearts out of that box. But it is important for us to master our thoughts. And actually, those are the two that's coming into balance for ascension. Mastering the heart, developing your relationship with your higher self and your oversoul, learning to trust, discernment with heart guidance, and then mastering your thoughts to bring forth the new earth you would like to experience. Letting go of what has been done, because what has been done is old energy, old creation. But you have to let that go in order to move forward, to recreate, to create something new. So today we actually have spirit animals that are wanting to assist us as well. So we have the dragon come forth. We've got our spirit animals that want to come forth. So the deer, we've got Pathfinder. Trust your instincts to guide you through this situation. So getting in touch with the instincts, that's another way to say intuition, and another way to say your heart. Trust your heart. Trust the messages that you are receiving. You are receiving messages, but use discernment. Use discernment so that you know it's heart and not fear. That it's your higher self and not entities. Like, even though people have entities, that doesn't mean that you're listening to them. Like, even before I had mine removed, I had already developed my discernment to where I was no longer listening to them. But developing discernment is highly, highly, highly less necessary to navigate the third dimension. Removing the entities also helps with raising your vibration and thus raising the collective vibration and helping these entities to return to the light. And for the turtle, retreat, relax, meditate. Stop trying to make things happen. Line up your energy first. Energy, then action. If you haven't listened to Abraham Hicks, turn on some Abraham Hicks. Line up your energy, then action. Relax. You actually get so much more done from a peaceful mind. Lining up your thoughts. Manifesting. See your, what did the message from the dragon say? See your castle in the heavens, in the sky, and then bring it down. Manifest it on earth. As in heaven, so on earth. In your mind first. And then the more energy you add to it, it physicalizes. Anything physical, whether it be a house, a car, a baby, like whatever it is, was a thought first. All right. So, now these next three cards, these are interesting. I've never done this before. So, this first card I'm going to turn over is a crystal to assist those who are twin flames, have a divine union, basically your soul, your divine contracts that you agreed upon before incarnating. So those that do not know, have not met their counterpart. So I got the Rainbow Mayanite to help bring forward the necessary healing and integration at this time to bring forward that divine union. So the Rainbow Mayanite, let's read the information about that. Excuse me. All right, so the Rainbow Mayanite is the Rainbow Bridge. Iridescent Rainbow Mayanite bridges this world and the rest of creation. It heals unconditionally and assists the shift to a new level of consciousness. Recognize how your soul is maneuvering you onto your true pathway, your higher pathway, your higher essence. Apparently, detrimental situations offer soul gifts. Re-examine projects and let go of those that are not for your highest good or that of others. You see things from both sides. Always speak true, no matter what the cost, but be tactful. You have natural healing ability. Focus it wisely. Letting go attunes you to a realm of infinite possibilities. So being a rainbow bridge between two worlds, heaven and earth. All right. So this next card is for those that are aware of or know who their twin is, who their divine union is, who their soulmate is, but they're aware of them. They know who they are. They've met them, or they, whatever. Your higher self, your oversoul has made you aware of who this person is. And I have the graphic smoky quartz. Let's see what type of healing message or energy the graphic smoky quartz is bringing forth. So the graphic smoky quartz is the stabilizer. Graphic smoky quartz supports all the structures in the body, removing toxic debris and traumatic memories. It keeps you grounded and balanced in physical incarnation while exploring other dimensions. Lack of trust in yourself and other people creates psychological barriers that lie at the heart of your dis-ease. Your self-esteem is low, creating a deficient immune system. Memories of old traumas have subtly amended your ancestral DNA. At a deep level, you have been compressed and limited. Allow yourself to expand again. So basically it's saying further healing on a deeper level, DNA level, ancestral level, is what's necessary at this time to bring you into your union. Allow yourself to expand again. Exploring taboos, belief systems, treading where others fear to go. Healing is found in the darkest depths of yourself, not in external forces. And that is a very, very important message right there, because when you are navigating divine unions, especially twin flame unions, it is so important to focus on yourself.